Talk. I am your host, Session, and of course, we talk Manchester United news and no longer transfer news. Yesterday was the deadline day, and we were reviewing our transfer window, Erik ten Hag's first transfer window. Was it good? Was it bad? Could it have been better? We also won against Leicester last night, 3 wins in a row, 1-0, a goal from Sancho. We'll definitely be speaking about that as well. And a much bigger test comes for us on Sunday. Arsenal. We will definitely be doing a preview on that match as well. Subscribe to the channel. My name is Sashin. Let's get into the video. So, as we saw last night, a wonderful, shall I say, defensive performance. Once again, similar to Southampton that we had against Leicester last night. And if I have to say it myself, a world-class back five we officially have. It has been a long time since we've had such a very good defensive partnership with Martinez and Varane, showing world-class levels of performance. De Gea, absolutely, Dave saves. A wonderful save from a free kick from Maddison. What can I say about that defense for sure? And of course, a performance like that definitely deserves praise, deserves reward. And by right, a clean sheet, 2 in a row. Ten Hag will definitely be happy. Of course, we saw last night the type of desire and the type of team spirit at the back. How they celebrate only balls going out for goal kicks. They are priding themselves on a clean sheet. And that is what we want to see. Players fighting on the pitch to win. And if we lose, at least we won by fighting. At least we went down swinging, as they say. But an overall good performance. No one can be faulted by performances from back to front. We saw a good performance even by McTominay, who one can clearly say hasn't been the best player for us as a defensive midfielder. But yet again, Casemiro was on the bench and McTominay did not deceive anyone. He had a good performance. We have to do well against Southampton, Liverpool, and now against Leicester. Against Arsenal, of course, I believe Casemiro needs to start. We cannot have McTominay start again and have Casemiro on the bench again. He's been here long enough now to be able to come in and be a starter for Manchester United. I don't believe we spent 60 million on him to sit on the bench. That is for sure. But against Leicester City, even when he came on, he showed levels above what McTominay could have been doing in the game. He came on and in the first 2 minutes of his substitute appearance, he was making tackles, making interceptions, playing balls from back to front in terms of defense splitting. And we looked much better on the ball and even more assured defensively in midfield. He was screening the back four even more. And before he came on, there was great defensive performances. In my opinion, who can you choose as your man of the match? Varane was absolutely excellent. Martinez likewise. Same with Malacia, same with Delo. De Gea done what he does when he was called upon. Bruno could have gotten man of the match for an overall good performance. Running back to tackle, being involved in every single attack that we had last night. And you could have even give it to Sancho, who scored after brilliant play by Delo, breaking up, playing the ball to Bruno. Bruno then playing the ball to Rashford, and Rashford finding Sancho with a through ball. Sancho going around the goalkeeper and placing it into an empty net. A good team goal, a Ten Hag type goal, the way he wants his team to play. There is and can be more improvements. And on that, I want to just speak about what he said after the game. And he said, the defensive skill is the base for winning games. It makes you hard to beat. We have to stick to that. I know we can be better. We were already better than at Southampton. I am sure we will improve on that fact. Pressing also needs room for improvement. Now, of course, we all expected Casemiro to start last night with Bruno and Eriksen in midfield. But he went with the same team that won against Southampton and that won against Liverpool. And you cannot knock our boss for sticking with a winning team. But I wasn't happy with the team. I forward. The link-up play was much better than what it was when Rashford was playing up front. And Rashford is not a striker. He should be on the left-hand side competing with Sancho for a starting position. Anthony coming in definitely leaves Sancho to move onto the left-hand side. And that means competition for Rashford. and Rashford will probably be sitting on the bench if he doesn't improve his performances. Now, an assist against Leicester is good. A goal against Liverpool is great. But consistent performance throughout the game, from the beginning of the game to the end, there's still much that Rashford needs to do. He doesn't hold up the ball as well as Ronaldo did when he came on. Ronaldo had chances to score, but chose to pass. There was a moment where he tried to play Eriksen in, if not for good defending by Johnny Evans. Eriksen could have just had a tap in. So we were better when Ronaldo and Casemiro came on, and for that reason alone, they should be starting against Arsenal. That's my opinion. Of course, I don't want to see McTominay starting against Arsenal, and I don't want to see Elanga start because Elanga did not show himself enough against Southampton and against Leicester City. I was surprised to see Sancho come off and not Rashford, but perhaps Sancho still has a bit of fitness issues. Maybe he is still getting used to the type of performance he needs to put in from the beginning to the end of the game. On Casemiro, Ten Hag did say after the game, Casemiro has to get used to a different league. He has achieved everything that you can imagine. Now he is in a different league, and we want to give him the minutes to adapt to that, to his teammates and the style of football. Subscribe to the channel if you have just joined. I always speak about Manchester United on a regular basis. And also click the notification bell so that you can be notified when I do go live and upload videos. And last night's performance to me was just similar to Southampton. We scored and we stuck back. We did not find ourselves sealing the game with another goal. We didn't find ourselves dominant on the ball. But when we did have the ball, we played some good stuff. There were good one-touch plays where we could have scored and could have done better. Ten Hag said that we should have explored the spaces more and even better, and we did not do so. And against Arsenal, we cannot score a goal and sit back because Arsenal will score. They are a pretty good team. And that being said, Ten Hag also said, and of course, Ten Hag wants to definitely win. The players want to win. We will be up for it, I'm sure. 3 wins on the spin will leave the team with confidence, will leave the team in a position to feel that they can go and compete and beat Arsenal. That being said, against Arsenal, we have to be up for it. We have to show the same passion, the same desire, and the same fight, because Arsenal will want to make it 6 wins in a row for them. They've been excellent since the beginning of the season. They've been an excellent pre-season. All their players are firing. Martinelli, Gabriel Jesus, their defense with Saliba and Gabriel are doing well, just like Varane and Martinez now recently. And the rest of the team is just gelling and clicking well. Their team spirit is high, and they will come to Old Trafford with confidence and with the belief that they can win. Now, of course, we also have confidence. With players as Casemiro who can start, will definitely leave a threat to Arsenal's midfield. Ronaldo starting definitely will leave Arsenal with thoughts in their head on how to defend. Anthony will probably be on the bench. It was confirmed that he is available for the squad for Sunday. I don't think he'll start, but he'll probably be on the bench. And that leaves us with another threat to come in the second half to damage Arsenal. With the confidence, with the way we've been playing, we can win Arsenal. The confidence is there. I believe that even though Arsenal has got a better team in terms of how far they've come and the way they play under Arteta, we ourselves have come quite a long way since our losses to Brighton and Brentford respectively. After Liverpool and Southampton wins, people were writing us off against Leicester, saying that we probably were not going to win. And once again, we show quality in moments. We showed quality on the ball and even more so off the ball defensively. That is why we got the reward we got against Southampton and against Leicester with hard-fought 1-0 wins. And now we look to Arsenal with confidence. Arsenal can now come to Old Trafford, but will have a thought in their mind of Manchester United are on the up. Their confidence is stronger, and Casemiro for McTominay makes the team stronger, puts us up a level in terms of the way we can play, how strong and dominant we can be on the ball. And being at home, we will want to have more of the ball. And if we start McTominay, I don't think we will have more of the ball. Leicester showed it, Southampton showed it. Having McTominay in midfield leaves us with one extra ball-playing midfielder to allow us to dominate the ball in a match. And when Casemiro came on against Leicester and against Southampton, we were better and more secure on the ball because then Bruno and Eriksen and Ronaldo, etc., they all knew that Casemiro will be covering them. Malacia and Delo have been doing excellent, going up into attack and also coming back defensively. Varane and Martinez have been excellent in defense. And of course, for Arsenal, we're not going to change the back five. That's 100% a fact. The gear will stay in goal. We know Varane and Martinez will start, and Malacia and Delo will be left and right back. Maguire, Lindelof and Shaw will struggle to get back in the team, but you will not. And I don't think Ten Hag will be changing the back five for the game against Arsenal. But on a personal level going forward, I would want to see Casemiro start with Bruno and Eriksen. And on the wings, I want to see Rashford on the left as a huge game for him to show himself, because Anthony will be on the bench on the left hand side for Rashford, and on the right hand side Sancho, and up front I don't know what I'll do if Ronaldo doesn't start, because Martial probably will be injured once again. I don't think he'll be ready for the game against Arsenal, let alone the game against Real Sociedad in the Europa League. I do believe that Ronaldo should be starting and Casemiro. Those are the only two changes I would be making from last night's starting 11 against Leicester. And that would only strengthen the starting 11. It wouldn't leave us at a disadvantage. It would leave us in a strong position to actually win and then control the game, to score a goal and still be dominant on the ball, not to be afraid and have ourselves hiding and trying to play long balls over the top for a Rashford or a Sancho to run onto. If we have Ronaldo in the field when Casemiro came on, we were better on the ball than what we were when he wasn't playing. So him and Ronaldo should be starting against Arsenal, and that would leave us in a strong position to win, in my opinion. I think we have the quality to do so, and playing at home, we definitely will have the Old Trafford faithful pushing the team on. Of course, they will also be screaming Glazers out, but that is a known fact. We know, as Manchester United supporters, we want the Glazers out. Now, just as a last point, I want to speak about the transfer window that Ten Hag has had. And we know that his priority targets were Darwin Núñez, were Jurrien Timber, was Frankie de Jong. Those were the three main targets that he wanted as a spine for Manchester United to start this new Manchester United, this new Ten Hag era. He didn't get that. We instead moved on to Martinez, who's been an absolutely fantastic signing. We probably got a bargain deal for him, because he was probably worth 120 million. Martin Dubravka as a second choice goalkeeper on loan from Newcastle. It looks like a good window if you look at it from a heightened point of view. But more deeper into the situation, Ten Hag did not get his number one target in Frankie de Jong. Now you can say it's because of Barcelona and because of how badly they run and how disgusting and disgraceful they were in this transfer window towards Manchester United. But our own transfer team with Richard Arnold and John Murty, etc., are not good enough and should be fired. I don't think they should be in the positions that they are come the next transfer window, but they will be. I don't think the Glazers will be selling the club now in this particular season. Maybe Sir Jim Ratcliffe or whoever the buyer might be will show himself throughout the season if we continue to perform well. But I don't think the Glazers will be selling during the season, and come the January window, Richard Arnold and John Murty will still be in charge of the transfers. That I can guarantee you. And in my opinion, the transfer window we had could have been better if we had more competent people in place, football-minded people in place. Don't get me wrong, United. As much as the Glazers fooled us through the media, and John Murty and Richard Arnold said that he was coming, said that there was a chance, said there was phone calls, it's a proven fact that Frankie de Jong did not want to come to Manchester United. Whether it was to stay because of his wages that he hasn't been given, or whether it's because he wants to stay at Barcelona, the fact of the matter remains, he did not want to join Manchester United. Because you look at Anthony, Casemiro, and Martinez, three players who publicly showed their desire to join Manchester United, and their moves were done within days. Frankie de Jong, we were speaking about him since May, before the end of last season. talking about that we were going to get him at the end of May, at the end of June, end of July, but it just never materialized. And that in itself leaves the transfer window that Erik ten Hag wanted was not great. He was failed once again by our owners, by our board, and by the people who are supposedly supposed to be doing a good job. Talks of they did excellent jobs with the likes of Anthony and Martinez, etc. But in my opinion, those were players that Ten Hag wanted. You should have gotten them. It's not something to be celebrated. We knew that Ten Hag wanted Frankie de Jong, and they didn't get him. And now that leaves us a midfielder short. He wanted a right back. He didn't get that because they didn't want to take a loss on Wan-Bissaka. They wanted more than 50 million for him because they paid 50 million for him. Absolute insanity by the people who run our club. And that is why we find ourselves in the position that we do. Ten Hag has to work wonders with players that were bad last season. And don't get me wrong, some of them have improved. Some of them have done well. You look at the likes of Delop, at Bruno now finally coming out of his shell. And that might be because Ronaldo's not playing. Whatever theory you want to throw at that, whatever works for you, works for you. But he has now shown more confidence on the pitch, more trust in his teammates, not shooting from ridiculous angles, not trying a Hollywood pass, but being more assertive and dominant in his ball possession. And that is because of the way Ten Hag has coached the team, the way why we saw a reaction. And now there needs to be consistency. And that is why against Arsenal, it is a good test for us. It is going to be a meter to see exactly how far we have come since our win against Liverpool. Because Arsenal will be a tough test. Arsenal will want to win. And likewise, we will do the same. We will believe, and I believe, that we can win. But it's going to be a fascinating and an interesting game. Subscribe to the channel. Thank you for joining me in today's video. As always, I always speak about Manchester United news, but only until the transfer window opens again will we speak about transfer news closer to the time. Have a wonderful weekend. Enjoy the football. And glory, glory, Manchester United. Let's get the win on Sunday against Arsenal that we know we can. And of course, make sure that we get our voices heard to get the Glazers out. Have a wonderful weekend. Bye-bye, Red Devils.